Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
What's coming up before sports is we will get you a chance to go win a trip to see No Doubt at the Sphere in Las Vegas. This is a marvelous trip, very unique as they're reuniting to get together at the Sphere for some shows. That's coming up in about 5 minutes. And before that, we'll tell you the most popular touring artist of the millennium by ticket sales. New stat came out here. We'll give you that. It might think about what band do you think is the most popular touring artist. But we saw a lot of bands last night. AJR, Wet Leg, and Out in Front. Opening night of Q101's Twisted, and Twisted Night 2 is tonight. But before we move forward, recapping last night as, fantastic from the get-go with Out in Front. I mean, the place was full early on at 6 o'clock. It was an early show because AJR won at 8:15, an all-ages show. I always, you think about that first night and go, okay, we're going to ease into this. It's 4 nights. But then when I get there and they start playing, I'm like, this is the greatest night ever. Nothing can top this night. And it's just the first night. We got 3 more. It's going to be amazing. And great to everybody that came out. We had an interesting thing happen where through James & Sons, our friends, it was a contest on Q101.com. Someone got a whole free package, a ridiculous package of an engagement ring for a couple, and 5 of them you voted on. You decided who won it.
They got an engagement ring for being in love.
Well, that's true. But a lot of people are in love and don't get an engagement ring.
Amen. Don't I know it? Preach to the choir.
So do your exes. They're all waiting.
Yep.
No ring.
I should have rigged this contest that I won.
Now, Dylan and Nikki were the winners, and me and Kenzie brought on AJR. But before that, we let him come up there, and he proposed. The place went nuts, and this is Dylan's speech of his engagement after he gave the ring.
I couldn't think of a better place to ask this question. I want to thank you one-on-one for giving me the opportunity to ask this question. Would you be my wife? Thank you so much, guys. I want to thank everyone for giving us this opportunity and helping us be here today. Because without your help, we wouldn't be here. And, oh man.
So it was my bad. The engagement was in the middle. He got down on one knee in the middle of that audio right there, right?
And, yes, and said, will you be my wife?
Yeah, and he popped back up pretty
quick. Will you
quick.
marry me, which I thought was interesting.
Will you be my wife?
He's like, and be submissive and cook every night. Do all the wife stuff.
I know my James & Sons Diamond vacuum cleaner is here for you to use.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
It was funny because they both knew, like she knew she was going to be proposed to in the situation because it was all online on Q101.com. You had to vote, and so their story was up and everybody voted for them. However, as guys do or whatever, he started bawling and really got emotional.
He was crying. It was really sweet.
And beforehand, they were pretty chill. They're like, we're really excited. Thank you. This is great. We can't wait to get out there and just do it. Then he got out there, and it becomes, just like a lot of guys have experienced, just become a mess.
My husband said that. He goes, I had everything prepped in my head. I felt really good about it. He goes, and I felt good about it leading up to it, everything. He goes, the second I got down to one knee, I'm like, I remember nothing. I don't know what I'm doing. He goes, it really makes you nervous, even though for the most part, I know people have been told no, but I think that when you get to a proposal state, you're at a state in your relationship where you've talked about marriage, the person wants to. It's not like a huge surprise. It's not happening on the second date where they may say no. And it's still super nerve-wracking.
It's very, very...
Thank God I don't have to do it. I'm like, oh.
Well, women can propose, by the way. You can get out there and do it. I don't know if there's any women out there listening that have done that. It's pretty powerful.
I'd rather sit on a hot grill.
It's not bad, you think? You'd rather sit on a hot grill?
Never. But if that's your thing.
Go for it.
Would you not do it because of the symbolic nature of it, or just because you don't like asking questions?
I love asking questions.
Okay, you just don't want to do it for the symbolism of it.
I'm not doing that. Honestly, I think women have to deal with a lot. I shouldn't also have to deal with that.
Be proposed to, or you have to do the proposal.
They have to do it. Just put in that effort, put in that love. I think there should be a grand gesture of asking someone to spend the rest of your life with you, and I think I would like the guy to say it to me. Now, if you didn't do that, that's for you. That's fine.
Well,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I would never.
Yeah. So you're saying you're wrong
under any circumstance.
Yeah. I mean, some guys will never pull the trigger because they're just too nervous about the no coming their way.
No, they're gonna have to get over it.
Well,
I would just no thanks.
You have to just go for it.
I think if a guy's not asking, that should be your sign. I don't think it should be your sign to ask. I think it
Wow.
should be your sign to find a different guy.
I'd love to know if anybody did that, if the woman had to propose.
Are you at all jealous or frustrated that now somebody else has proposed at the Aragon at a Q101 event? Because 5 years ago, the Black Keys played the Aragon. We've all
Keys-
heard the story. You proposed to your wife, whole thing.
Yeah, just
Yes.
hold on. Because the way Brian was talking about this last night, even to the couple before they went on stage, I did this. I'm like, stop it.
Listen, no one had done it before in the 100-year history of the Aragon.
Yeah, that's right. You were the
Yeah,
first.
nobody's ever proposed at the Aragon ever.
I'd like to know someone else that did. And in front of the Black Keys, no one. Not
No
one.
one.
Not one. And even though Megan we started backing away when I did it and had to get pushed back toward me to say yes.
Yes, thank you to our
Gun. There's a
creative
gun
director,
behind
Zach,
her.
for pushing Megan towards Brian.
Thank God. And now I'm married 5 years coming up in June. But I'm not jealous about it. I'm happy about it. Let's continue that tradition.
You sound jealous, just so you know. That did not sound happy.
Yeah, I'm not too happy about it, to be honest. I just thought I'd have that one moment there.
You're not wishing them well.
Oh, not at all. Never. Great moment last night. And just the whole night in general. It was interesting when I parked at the Aragon early on to get in the venue at about, I think it was about 5:30, whatever. Right at the same time, coming from 40 miles different direction was Kenzie. And she'd parked in the lot, and it was kind of raining a little bit, didn't see her. And I swear I thought I was like on mushrooms. I was hallucinating because she was levitating and kind of looked like a cartoon with this wild colored dress on. And she had to walk very small steps because the dress was very tight.
I didn't realize how, it feels fine when you're just standing there and wearing it. I didn't realize how tight the dress was because it was almost like a tube dress and it went all the way down to my ankles.
Yes.
And so trying to shuffle, and especially the amount of stairs at the Aragon, I could barely get up the stairs.
And even before,
because I couldn't get my leg up that high.
And even before that, the weather wasn't great. At least the night was wet, and so you were shuffling. I thought I was hallucinating when I saw you walking in front of me for a minute. I go, oh wait, that's Kenzie. It was like a vision.
Who else would it be?
It was like a mermaid. It was a vision.
You're like, what girl's in neon green and neon pink? That's ridiculous. Oh, it's
Yeah.
Kenzie.
Oh, it's Kenzie. Of course.
It's my coworker.
Well, now it makes sense. It's Kenzie.
That tracks.
Now, Kenzie, you and Brian got there at the same time. I got to the Aragon a few hours before you guys because I was talking to the band Out in Front who kicked things off. That interview is going live on Q101's YouTube channel in 4 minutes, so that'll be there if you want to know more about Out in Front. But you called me on my cellular phone
Yes.
at one point in the night. Before I give my side of the story, Kenzie, real quick, what happened in your mind? You called me, I said one word, and then I hung up the phone. What was going on in your mind at that point?
So I'm driving, and I'm like, God, this road looks familiar. And I'm like, I drive past Northeastern, and I'm like, Case lives down here. And I'm like, I wonder if he's at the Aragon yet. I'll pick him up.
If
Get
he's
the
not at the
car.
Aragon, yeah.
Yeah. So I call, and I'm like, hey, you live near Northeastern, right? He goes, not really. Actually, I have to go. And he hung up on me.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay.
So, from my perspective, what happened was Kenzie called, and instinctually I picked up because I assumed it was an emergency. I picked up the phone. She wasn't crying.
I'm like, is Twisted tonight?
That's kind of what I was afraid of.
You're like, oh boy.
So Kenzie calls. I hear her voice. She's not crying, so I know everything's okay. As she calls me, I'm walking into Wet Leg's dressing room to say hi to them. I make eye contact with the singer, and at that moment, I just hang up the phone. I'm like, I gotta go. Bye, 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 bye. And then I said hi to Wet Leg, but
So then he has the nerve to call me like 45 minutes later and go, sorry about that, I had to do something real quick. And I go, what'd you perform? Did you do a set?
Yeah, 45-minute set.
What
That
are
sounds
you
about
doing
right.
at the Aragon? It doesn't open for like 2 more hours. What are you doing?
See, in the old days, too, it would have been funnier because he has let's say he had a flip phone. Just
Yeah.
clamped it on Kenzie's, punk, clamped it on
And I
her.
go, well, no need. I was going to say I'd pick you up because I'm near your house. Guess what? I'm not near anymore.
no, I apologize. I was talking vegan cafes with Wet Leg while
Oh,
you were driving past my
God.
apartments.
Well, I'm just happy I wasn't on speaker.
No.
Well,
Drove off the road.
all pictures and video are up on our socials as we get through the day. And remember, cake playing tonight. We'll give you information about that as we go along this morning. Remember, it's 2 sets of cake. And so the first set starts at 7. Again, an early show, earlier than normal, but still a long, fun night at the Aragon for night 2 of Q101's Twisted. Make sure you join us. There are tickets available. So, you can get there last minute, and there's nothing cooler than getting the last-minute concert ticket and enjoying the night. So go do that. The most popular touring artist of the millennium, meaning since 2001 till now, is Coldplay. 24.8 million tickets have been sold in the last 25 years, 24 and a half, of Coldplay. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. It's time for Head to Headlines. We go through the funniest headlines of the week. There's hundreds of them, by the way, and we narrow them down to two. And then we make it easy for you. You decide between two headlines the content of the show. Which story you want to hear us break down. The kicker is we'll never talk about the other story again. We have friends at Google. It gets scrubbed from the internet. You can't look it up later yourself. So you have to choose wisely on the text line. You text headline 1 or headline 2 based on the headlines of which story you want to hear us break down. So let's get into it. Headline number 1 is Oklahoma man charged with armed robbery after using old-timey pistol from the 1800s to stick up a liquor store. There's a lot of information in that headline. Again, Oklahoma man charged with armed robbery after using, and it says, quotes, old-timey pistol from the 1800s to stick up a liquor store. Brave man there.
Absolutely. And stick up feels like the apt term. That's an old-timey term.
Yeah. Also thirsty. If that was the length he went to rob the liquor store.
Yes.
I'm sure he was parched.
Yeah. I'm picturing going out there with liquor bottles instead of money from the register. I don't know, with that old-timey pistol.
To hydrate, of course.
So don't text yet because you have to hear headline number 2, which is drone drops crab legs, steak, and weed into South Carolina prison. Quote, folks were planning an early holiday Old Bay crab boil. End quote. It's a prison
I love a good crab boil.
You want to go into that prison, don't you? Again, drone drops crab legs, steak, and weed into South Carolina prison. Folks were planning an early holiday Old Bay crab boil.
Like, playing a little get together.
Yeah, that should be allowed. I don't think I don't have all the information.
Yeah,
But headline
be careful.
alone,
Be careful what you
headline
wish for.
alone, to
Can
me,
I say-
that's okay.
Right? Especially if it's a minimum security prison. Maybe maximum where they've murdered and assaulted.
Yes, they shouldn't be allowed.
They should not. But if it's minimum security because they've sold weed, I think they should be allowed to have a little seafood boil on the holidays.
Well, I'll make a statement right now. If you've sold weed at this point, you shouldn't be in jail.
you think?
At this point, I mean, we're legally selling weed, so why should the illegal weed sellers be in jail? At this point, we're wasting taxpayer money there.
Yep.
But the violent people...
And people's lives.
Yes.
So that's sad.
But the violent
But think
people...
about the taxpayer, Kenzie.
And the taxpayer.
Yes. Now, if you sold other stuff, I don't know about that. But the weed stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Also, if you've murdered and assaulted, no seafood boil for you. How dare you?
That's a good stand you're taking on that one. I like that stand.
I stand right there.
So text headline 1 or headline 2. You decide the content of the show, which story we break down. We'll never talk about the other one again. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Head to headlines, the funniest headlines of the week. We narrowed it down to 2, and you voted. We'll give you the results in a second of which story you want to hear us break down. And one story will never be talked about again. We scrub it from the internet. So, headline number 1 was, it's a long one, Oklahoma man charged with armed robbery after using, quote, old-timey pistol from the 1800s to stick up a liquor store. Fascinating to think of where he got it, by the way. Just really interesting situation.
And if it works, I don't know if guns have expiration dates or not.
Well, not to get sidetracked for a second, but when you watch those, you've now seen Dances with Wolves.
Yes.
And the fact when someone's running towards you and you shoot, and then you got to figure out that 1 minute reloading method where they lick their finger and they put that paper in there and there's the bullet. I mean, there's no way I'd just shoot myself because I couldn't.
Wow.
Because because the stress of trying to get that thing together before somebody got to me to shoot them is too much.
That's one way of handling that situation.
Yeah, I'm just going to end the conflict.
Yeah.
And headline number 2 was drone drops crab leg, steak, and weed into South Carolina prison. Folks were planning an early holiday Old Bay crab boil. This was close because a lot of people want to hear about the pistol and a lot of people were fascinated by the drone and the crab legs. And that one won out. Headline 2 won out, so we'll never hear about the old-timey pistol.
I think people want the recipe. They're like, what exactly are they making there?
Well, I looked at it like I don't have crab leg, steak, and weed in my house right now, and these guys in the South Carolina prison had it delivered by a drone.
Broke ass.
I would love all that stuff. And who's operating the drone? Well, we're going to find out because that's the story that won. Drone drops crab legs, steak, and weed into South Carolina prison. Folks planning an early holiday Old Bay crab bake. And the story starts out kind of cute. Which was 3 weeks before Christmas, and in the prison yard, a drone dropped a package that was found by a guard. Isn't that adorable?
I guess.
I found it.
Stork.
Yeah.
So I'll find out who wrote the article at the end, but that was very nice. With steak, weed, and crab legs, and cigarettes for a day, and to a season to all, a tin of Old Bay.
Oh, fun.
It's really adorable. Old Bay, by the way, underrated seasoning.
You got to put that. You can put that on almost anything.
It is so good. You ever had
I
Old Bay,
almost was like, I
Case?
was allowed to say. So
I've
like,
had Old Bay. Yeah, thank you I watched you in real time censor yourself. Thank you, Kenzie.
I'm here. I'm right there. It's fine.
I don't know if I'd say it's underrated. I think it's the most popular seafood seasoning there is. I think it's properly rated.
Seafood seasoning, but you can put it on anything, and everything tastes better. Chicken wings, steaks.
You know what I use it for?
What
In
do
the
you-
summer, I take corn and I put it on some tinfoil, and then I do butter, honey, and a bunch of Old Bay, and I wrap it up when I cook it on the grill, and it is so good. It's like spicy sweet.
I don't like corn, but I'll take all that seasoning in the foil, and I'll just
And the
drink.
honey and the butter.
I'll just drink all that.
Yeah.
Kenzie, so you're doing this to corn?
Yes.
Is that what they call elotes?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Before you answer, say it again.
I'm trying to do it properly. Is that what they call elotes?
So, okay. The elotes you're thinking of is not that recipe. Like when you
Okay.
go out and like buy that.
Yeah.
That has like mayo and lime and tahini.
They do it at the
and
Logan
tortilla
Square.
cheese.
They do it at the Logan Square Farmers Market, and it is awesome.
The corn I'm talking about is not that.
Okay.
What you're talking about, fantastic.
All right.
Yes.
The Hispanics know what they're doing with corn. Wanted to
Yes.
get that in there. We can go ahead with headlines now.
Thanks for your approval with the Hispanics do with corn.
I love it. Big
If
fan.
you come over, I will make you some elotes. You will love it.
Okay.
I make
So-
a mean dip too.
So back to the story. The illicit meal was dropped into the Lee Correctional Institution. I wonder if that's General Lee? I don't know.
Ooh, I hope not.
Well, it's in South Carolina, so
But he shouldn't have a prison named after him.
there's probably a lot of stuff named after them.
Yeah, it's weird. We're not allowed to take down those statues.
So the Lee Correctional Institution, the prison yard, it was dropped in by a drone, a South Carolina Department of Corrections said on a social platform with the hashtag Contraband Christmas. This whole story is adorable. Seems some folks were planning an early holiday Old Bay crab boil and steak dinner along with their marijuana and cigarettes. All dropped by a drone at the Lee Correctional Institution. They put a photo up on their social media. It does look like an amazing day. Cigarettes, weed, a big bag of weed, by the way, and then crab legs, which seems like they don't keep that well on a drone. I don't know, like a steak can last a little longer. You age the meat a little bit, but crab legs?
You think they're delivered nice, like those steaks people order? Like, did they come in a cooler?
Oh, an Omaha steak strap off, yeah.
Get the dry ice
Like
in there.
the drone was like a little cooler below.
Yeah.
My God, this is a business. People should. Could you imagine sending someone a seafood boil?
Oh.
You could start to like you do Omaha steaks.
Yeah.
This is a good business idea.
I think you should do it.
That's
I think you
nice.
should lead the charge on this one.
Yeah.
Now, sadly, the guard found it, and the drone was also seized Sunday morning. This happened. Prison officials say they're investigating. No arrests have been made.
There's some 12-year-old trying to send something nice to his dad. He stole his drone.
He says, I'm guessing the inmates were expecting the package and are crabby. Oh, boy. Now, they also note in the story, keeping contraband out of state prisons is a constant battle. People would toss or use a catapult to get packages like cell phones in, drugs, or other illegal items over those fences into the yard. And the perimeter fence until officials raised the fences and added netting on top. That's sad because they get to go out, not the violent criminals, I don't care what happens to them, but if there's a net on top and you go out there to the yard to do that little walk around and there's a net blocking the sun a little bit, like in Shawshank, think of that. I don't want a net up there.
I feel bad. Like, because I don't think this is okay. Like, I don't want, murderers and people who have assaulted people. Like, I don't want them to get the seafood boil.
No, they should not get the seafood boil. I don't know if we try to rank the people that should get it and shouldn't. If you're, like I said, people that just sold weed, you should be out of prison anyway, as long as he didn't cause any harm.
Right.
well-
and like you have a little seafood boil.
Well, let's figure it out. So, okay, murders, violent criminals, they're not
Right.
getting the crab bake.
They
Case,
can't.
do you agree with that or no?
Yeah, I just have such a hard time because I do feel, even though a lot of people in prison have committed awful crimes, I do think prisoners in this country are treated horribly. And I think if you're getting goods via catapult, you should be allowed to have it.
If it got through.
Catapult or drone, I'm going to let you have it. I'm sorry. But, well, for the sake of the discussion, murderers, violent criminals, they're not in the seafood boil. They're off the guest list.
No, wait a minute, though. Unless you murdered in self-defense.
Yes.
Or what if they cheated on, what if it was a cheating situation?
I think they should get a seafood boil every day.
I'm not co-signing that.
Yeah.
I am.
Because then again, who's wrong? The cheater or the cheatee or the person that just happened to be somebody, I didn't know they were married. I didn't know they were dating.
I don't know if you go to maximum security, though, for a crime of passion.
I think you do.
Murder.
I think if there's a body, you do.
I think maximum's like the premeditated, weird.
Yeah.
Like
Crime of passion isn't the legal argument that you think it is.
They don't use that in court.
Your Honor.
Officer, I want this case thrown out. It was a crime of passion.
You see,
Kenzie
he
stabbed him.
provoked me.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Well, we're in the middle and kind of finishing up head to headlines, the funniest stories of the week, and we give you the headline. You choose the content based on the headline alone. Today's winner was drone drops crab legs, steak, and weed into South Carolina prison. Folks were planning an early holiday crab bake. And it sounds great for maybe the minimum type of criminals out there, not the violent ones, the murderers. But Kenzie and Case also believe they should have gotten this crab meal and steak and weed and cigarettes. It was confiscated by the guards. They didn't get it. I also think, too, for like low level criminals that happen to be in jail and prison, sure. Murderers, now Kenzie said crimes of passion should still be allowed to have crab legs. Her future she's seeing right now, a crime of passion.
What do you mean I don't get crab legs?
I thought this was part of my plea bargain.
Yes. I mean, by the way, the crime of passion involves
But
murder.
Sir, he made me.
He DM'd this broad like 30 times.
Not this broad.
Did he cheat with her? No, he just was DMing her.
Yeah, well, same thing.
Case dismissed. Give her crab legs.
Amen.
That's how Kenzie
Let
sees
them
it.
eat crab legs.
Let me ask you a question now. So we got through the violent and certain kind of, like, let's say people that sell weed. What about white-collar criminals?
Well, I'm confused about collars. I don't know what that means. I hate when people say.
Wait, what do you
I
think
hate
it
when
means?
people say white collar crimes or blue collar job. Can it be a blue collar crime? I don't understand. Like, just say what it is. I don't understand the collars.
But that's
at
what
all.
it is. That's the term.
But what does a white collar mean?
What do you think it means?
I don't know. I thought that I didn't realize the color of the collar. I don't see color.
You're
so
colorblind.
Yeah.
I'm colorblind. But I thought it was like because it was a collar, you're wearing a button-up shirt. So I thought every collar thing was fancy. Then I found out there was an unfancy collar.
Did you think it was all priests robbing people? The white collar?
Well, no, I thought every time I heard the collar, I thought oh, your blue collar, your white collar. I thought those were all fancy jobs. Because it's all a collar. Not everyone's wearing a button up to work.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, they're all lawyers. I don't understand the reference.
So you're getting there. So the white collar, they wear white button-up shirts, but they're criminals and they're in jail with murderers sometimes. So what do you think they did wearing their white collar?
Would that be like tax evasion or something?
It could be that, but I think it would lead more. Let's think about Ponzi schemes. Rip off
Ponzi schemes?
Ponzi, rip off old people of like maybe $30 million.
Right. So like lawyery stuff and like stockbrokery crimes. Like
everything's
Wolf of
at
Wall
an E.
Street.
Stockbrokery or lawyery crimes.
Yeah.
Georgetown law says that examples of white-collar crimes are tax evasion, insider trading, insurance fraud, bribery, embezzlement, and money laundering.
So is there blue-collar crime?
I think that's just straight on murder, I think, or robbing.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Is there a different kind of is there only white-collar crime? Is there another kind of collar crime?
You can wear a blue collar, though, and it can be a nice shirt. You could still be a lawyer with a blue collar.
You're not making this less confusing for me. That's the point that I've been making. You're not helping.
By the way, I want to go back to Case's definition. Insider trading is a white-collar crime. That one shouldn't be a crime. If I hear about a tip from somebody, a friend on the inside, that's just me like knowing one of my boys that's giving me a
That's
stock
luck,
tip.
baby.
Yeah, thank you. That's found money. Why should that be a crime?
That's why you're
Now I
here.
can't just have a conversation. Now I can't just talk. I can't even talk anymore.
Yeah. Wait, so what are the crimes again for white collar?
White-collar crimes were tax evasion, insider trading, insurance fraud, bribery, embezzlement, and money laundering.
Okay. Now, what other collar crimes are there?
Look up blue collar crimes and see if
Is there
something comes
another kind
up.
But is there a different color? Is there like red collar crime?
Well,
Like,
what's
I don't
funny
know.
is Google is showing me results for green collar crime, which are
What is that?
crimes committed against the environment or nature.
Ugh.
Green collar. Okay, fine. Whatever.
I mean, they're just going with the green theme. No one's wearing a green shirt and like dumping tar into like a nice pond.
So is there blue collar crime?
That's your example? Dumping tar into a pond?
I mean, I wanted
For fun.
I was trying to think of like asbestos, like dumping that in a place you shouldn't dump asbestos.
Blue collar crimes. And again, I don't like the way this is laid out. Don't get mad at me. This is the internet's definition, not mine. Blue collar crimes would be, quote, traditional street crimes, often associated with lower socioeconomic classes involving manual labor or visible offenses like theft, robbery, assault, or drug offenses.
Huh.
Okay, so like if you got arrested for selling drugs, it would be a blue collar crime.
Yes.
Okay.
But also, when we remove the crime part of it and talk about just white collar and blue collar, like you mentioned, jobs, a blue collar job might be like a farmer to represent the blue of denim and the denim shirt that he would be wearing.
Okay.
The Canadian tuxedo, if you will.
So is it only farmers?
Yeah, just farmers, yeah.
Or like what
How is
else?
that what you got from what I
You
said?
said blue collar, they would be like a farmer because of denim.
He said like a farmer.
So who else besides farmers?
I got a denim shirt. I'm not a farmer.
No,
So
you're
do you
not.
have a blue collar job?
No, we do not have blue collar jobs.
But
And if we
You're
said
not
it,
helping, Brian.
Yeah, but this is not a white collar job.
So
what
what
we
are
do.
we? Is there another one?
well, we can barely afford shirts as is. I don't think we have collars.
No collar. That's what I'm saying.
But a blue collar job would be like an electrician or like an HVAC guy.
Okay, like a hands-on, like a
Yes.
manual labor,
Yes.
like a mechanic.
The opposite of whatever you think of me and my, uppity voice. I'm not a blue collar guy. I know
Okay.
that. I wish I
So-
was, but I'm not.
So what about in between jobs? Is that another collar? Do we have are we a collar?
Well, like Kay says,
Is
we
there
can't.
only white and blue?
As Kay said, we can't afford these shirts. We're skin crime.
We're
I don't
skin
want to be
crime.
related to that.
Skin crime sounds really bad.
I don't like that.
We gotta have something better than skin.
Nope, that's where we're at. That's
Well, we
no.
could commit either crime. I just want to know what job affiliation we fall under.
Well, you can't commit white collar if you're not a white
I
collar
could too.
person.
I could evade taxes.
I feel like you could actually do a white collar crime very easily.
Yeah. I could hear about somebody investing and be like, I should do that. Done. Committed a crime.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So something happening interesting locally. It's a ranking of something that I wouldn't have expected having a ranking. And when you hear it, you're like, well, duh, they have a ranking of it. But it does seem a little interesting that 22 Chicago area hospitals rank as the top hospitals list in Forbes magazine. And it just seemed kind of odd. First off, let me tell you how they rank a hospital. We'll get into part of that, of what they rank it on. For example, very top of the list is Ascension St. Joseph in Chicago. Overall, 5 stars. Loved the experience getting a liver transplant there. It was amazing. Recommend. And it says outcome.
Recommend.
That's what I mean when you see a ranking of people saying that. Like, for example, outcomes, 5 stars. Didn't die.
Love it.
Recommend.
Yes. It was like taking a vacation.
The views were spectacular.
Sometimes they are.
Best practices, they got 4 stars. I assume just the procedures of getting in, out, and when the nurses come in, those nurses work so hard, taking care of a patient all night. I guess that's part of that. Value, 3 stars. A little expensive for the good care.
What do you think value means in terms of a hospital?
Of how much value you got for maybe your transplant, your surgery, your pills.
If they gave you like a bad liver
Oh boy,
or like a leftover?
getting a rough liver.
Yeah, that
a
would suck.
used liver.
Oh, man. Well, it would be used.
Most of them are used.
Most of them are used.
I don't know. They did a pig liver thing for a while, and then I think the person
But
died.
did the pig not use it?
They used it, I guess, but not like we
Yeah.
use it. They don't. Our pigs aren't out there at the bar like getting Jaeger bombs.
Yeah, but they eat what's that called? Slop. I always called it smut, and I'm like, wait, that sounds.
Yeah. To be fair,
You know that's smut.
to be fair, so do I. I'll be using the same slop
That's what I
liver
mean.
of the pig. And the patient experience was 3 stars. So they were high up there, but the value in patient experience wasn't as high as the overall outcome. I'll take the 5-star outcome over the experience.
That's true.
If
I
I'm
think outcome is most important.
if I'm just not happy the whole time, but I live, cool. That's what hospitals are for, I would think.
I know you so well. I don't know if that's true. If you were needing, let's say, a liver transplant, and you got it, and you got a good liver, and you lived, you'd be happy. But you wouldn't be as happy because the nurse wasn't cracking jokes, and the doctor didn't think you were cool and wasn't talking sports with you. I think that would really bother you.
It would bother me, but living is better.
There was like a different radio station on during his surgery. Could you imagine what a fit?
Oh, God, that would drive him nuts.
He'd resurrect like a mummy.
You're still listening to this Christmas music crap? Jesus, they started it like in June.
Yeah.
Now, there's other hospitals like Northwestern, great hospital. They have, Northwestern Medical Center, Catherine Gratz Griffin, Lake Forest Hospital. They have 4 stars for value and for patient experience, and they still get 5 stars for overall outcome and overall experience.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's nice.
That is very that's nice. It's nicer.
If I was going to get sick, I'd like to go there.
Yeah, but it's Lake Forest.
Which one's that again?
That's Lake Forest. You can't get to Uptown and Lake Forest from Uptown very easy. If you had an emergency.
Yeah, that's tough. I've never thought about that because I've never been in an ambulance before. So I guess I don't know what that's like, but I've never thought about
I would
this.
say most people haven't. Like, I've had a baby and everything. I haven't been in an ambulance.
But you can't tell the ambulance where to go, can you?
No.
It has to go to the closest hospital. It has to.
Oh, God, that's stressful.
So you better, this is why it's important to live in nice areas.
Well, let me tell you something.
10 out of 10 recommend.
There's great hospitals in all different kinds of areas. However, when my wife had that emergency situation go on 2 years ago.
That's right. You had to leave the show early one day.
Yeah, with her heart. She got in the ambulance, and they were going to take her. The closest one to us was Weiss, which closed because their air conditioning broke last year, and they haven't opened since. They just shut down as a hospital.
The emergency room shut down because I used to live next door to Weiss. And
There's going to be like a pop-up bar in there.
Yeah, Pierce the Veil's playing there, and we got a show with them next year in the Weiss Hospital. But she stabilized in the ambulance, and even the paramedics said, cool, we can take you to Swedish hospital now, which is good. But if it was an emergency, Weiss was closer. So thank God they took her to Swedish, which is a very nice hospital.
Roll the dice with Weiss, am I right?
Oh,
not good.
I see a lot of people taking it on the text line saying that hospital rankings have been around for a long time, and we understand that. I guess it's just my wide-eyed, bushy-tail point of view on life where I go, maybe instead of good hospitals and bad hospitals, maybe they're all good. And how do you fix a bad hospital?
Oh, you're so young and naive. Why can't they all be good? Come on.
I know, but I know. It's like the same thing with schools. It's like, how are there good school systems and bad school systems? Shouldn't they all be good? Or I guess all be bad, but I prefer they all be good.
So one or the other you want?
Yes, one or the I don't like them both.
The ranking is what's upsetting you because
it just seems weird that we would accept having bad hospitals. Like, do you know who finished at the bottom of this list?
Let's see here.
It might be
Well,
Weiss
there
because they
always
shut
has
down.
to be a worst. But the problem is, there always has to be a worst. Even if everything's great, there's still a worst.
But I don't think
you know
the
what I
worst.
mean?
I don't think the worst in this bunch are still good. I think the worst in this bunch are the worst for
We're
a
like
reason.
dead.
what the people? Everybody's dead in there. You
Well,
said?
my thing is like overall outcome. What if you died at the hospital? They're not doing the survey. So I think the worst hospitals aren't even getting as low of a ranking as they probably should.
Well, that's what Dave said on the text line. He said only the people who leave the hospital get to complete a review. What about the people who didn't leave the hospital?
Okay, exactly.
God, that is dark.
The bad,
That is dark.
the bad
Wow.
hospitals probably have a worse rating than that.
Yeah. The
Your
problem.
worst turnout isn't getting graded.
It's an incomplete assignment.
Yeah, that's not right.
I'm not afraid to call out the worst, but it's hard to call out the worst. Well, here we go. You know what? Okay.
Just do it.
But it's not full ratings, but it is safety ratings, safety grades, and other. The headline is 27 Chicago area hospitals earn A safety grades. Others earn D and F.
Oh my God.
F is bad.
Weiss was an F,
Weiss got an F.
which is
okay.
closed.
And that is, unfortunately, very close to the Aragon Ballroom.
You're right. If somebody has an emergency, you would have
Well,
went to
not
Weiss.
anymore. It's closed.
I guess you'll go to Swedish probably where my wife went because that's probably
Good
the next
stuff.
closest hospital,
Yeah,
I think.
or Thoric Memorial, maybe.
Yeah. Just don't have anything happen to you at the
That doesn't
Aragon.
sound good. I don't like the name of that.
Don't jump off the balcony at the Aragon and break your
Memorial
ankle.
sounds like I'm going to die. I don't want that in the name of my hospital.
Well, honestly, Weiss technically was called Weiss Memorial Hospital.
I don't like when there's memorial. I feel like I'm going to pick out a tombstone.
But I think most hospitals are memorial. They're not like Weiss Fun Zone Happy Arcade Hospital.
But they could just be like Swedish or like just like a name, like Like, it's just St. Jude's. Like, that sounds nice.
It does sound nice.
I don't want the memorial.
I got to admit, I'm scrolling.
You're not going to make it.
There's like hundreds of hospitals on here throughout the whole state of Illinois, and there's a lot of memorials. Sorry.
That's where you go to die.
Yeah. It is also interesting to think that what if a hospital's low on the ranking? Do they tank like a sports team to get a first-round draft pick doctor next year?
Yeah, can you trade for a doctor? Can you give like 3 nurses for 1 doctor?
So you think they're like trying to help somebody, and they go like, "Let him go, let him go." We're trying to get Tommy Smith out of the University of Chicago. This kid's a superstar. You should see the scalpel in this kid's hand. He can throw that scalpel like 70 yards. It's beautiful.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
We just did a hospital ranking. Rankings came out in Illinois, the 22 best. And listen, there's fine people working all around that area. There's incredible the nurses that work so hard, the doctors and the orderlies, everybody. But these rankings seem just kind of unusual to us. And people have come in on the text line as we talk about hospital rankings. Kenzie, what do you have on the text line?
So Maddie texted in and said, my best friend had a seizure in the middle of the pit at the Aragon.
Oh, no.
They took her to Weiss. It left a lot to be desired. She's alive, but still. Oh, my God.
Not recommend. And we talked about Weiss Hospital, and it's sad because it's a hospital that serves that whole community over in that area, and their air conditioning broke last summer in that heat wave, and then they never reopened.
No. I mean, it's bizarre because, again, so I used to live next door to Weiss, and I still live in that neighborhood, and when I take my walks when I get stressed out, I walk by Weiss, and there's just a sign on the front door of the emergency room that says it's no longer an active emergency room. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
It's like closed. The Buffalo Wild Wings is coming in here pretty soon.
Yes. Like, don't worry, guys. We got a B-dubs coming in.
Hey, cool.
Well, they have all those monitors they can use as TVs now.
And I got to admit, that neighborhood could use a Buffalo Wild Wing.
Brother, don't I know it. Oh, God, that'd be great.
It's very residential over there. They could use that. It'd be great. It'd be popping. It'd be a multi-floor Buffalo Wild Wings because it's about 8 stories. The one.
And they should each be different sports.
Yeah, oh my God. The
like
football room, basketball room.
That'd be awesome. That's what I've been talking about.
The old morgue is the F1 room.
We might have too many hospitals and not enough Buffalo Wild Wings now that I think about
well,
it.
Now we're really getting somewhere on the show today.
Yeah, we got to think about where this funding's going. I know nurses have it harder than ever, and every hospital's understaffed, but Buffalo Wild Wings pretty tasty.
They really
if we close
do.
more hospitals, there'd be enough nurses.
That's right.
At one hospital.
Yeah, if we had less hospitals,
That must be the solution.
we wouldn't need these rankings anymore because they'd all be good.
Yes, maybe we should have one hospital, and all the best doctors and nurses and receptionists and everybody are there.
It's
just super big.
Yeah, that means that
Is it like McCormick Place?
Yeah. So, Kenzie, when you're having cardiac arrest in Elgin, they got to fly you 45 miles to get to McCormick Place to get treatment.
Perfect.
Case, what's on the text line?
Well, Hillary checked in, and I made the point. I don't understand how there's good hospitals and bad hospitals. Shouldn't we make sure that the bad hospitals are also good? And she was saying that some hospitals can't afford good surgeons that do, in her words, the good surgeries because they can't afford to pay the insurance. That seems fundamentally flawed. I would want to make sure at my hospital that everybody can do every kind of surgery. Maybe that's dumbing it down too much because I don't work in the healthcare field, but I would be concerned if I didn't have good doctors that could do, in her words, the good surgeries.
Well, that's what they got. Money's money.
So you're on
no money is no money.
No money's no money.
This is why my dream is to take at least one of my paychecks, most likely multiple, put it in a money clip, and you're on that surgery table, the gurney, and go like, hey, man, give me the good surgery. Give me the good one. Just throw the money clip. I got to turn my back now. Here's the money clip.
That's your dream?
Well, I don't want to die that way, but that's one of my dreams, one of my fantasies, to have a money clip I can throw to somebody. To have enough money to not worry about a couple grand in a money clip and say, give me the good surgery. Give me that one. It's just one of the ones in my head.
Oh, my God.
Christy checked in and said, I just had surgery at Rush, and I was coming out of the operating room and slowly started to wake up. They were playing Ariana Grande. Her singing is like nails on a chalkboard to me, but I still had the breathing tube in, and I was so groggy I couldn't voice for them to please turn her off. I was coming out of surgery. They were like torturing me with the breathing tube in Ariana Grande.
Defying gravity coming out. So inspirational during the surgery.
Oh, man. Well, listen, we're glad for all the healthcare workers out there that sacrifice and do a great job and work hard for the patients in all of the hospitals and health centers around, because you guys are doing God's work, and we appreciate you.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.